14-year-old who's mad at the 15-year-old because mom's not buying equal amounts of gifts. And at that point, Abrielle was in the driveway and she was carrying her 10-month-old baby in a carrier in her hand. You know, her brother killed her.
A fight between two teenage brothers over Christmas presents ends with their older sister dead, one of them wounded, and both of them facing charges.
The sheriff's office says the older brother shot his younger brother after learning he shot their sister, who was trying to get the squabble to end. All of this happened on Christmas Eve, in the Ridgecrest neighborhood of Pinellas County on 22nd Avenue Southwest, just off Trotter Road.
Well, Jen, Keith, the sheriff said that these arguments over Christmas presents, they happen all the time, just not with guns. The sheriff said these two boys have been arrested before, and now he's asking for the laws to change. A Christmas Eve tragedy for one Largo family.
She's just a woman going about life, doing her thing with her two kids, trying to make a living, trying to make it, and you know, her brother killed her.
Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri said 23-year-old Abrielle Baldwin was shot by her 14-year-old brother because he was arguing over Christmas presents with his 15-year-old brother.
The fact that you get upset, you get two 14, 15-year-olds that get upset with each other because one got more, I mean, that happens. I mean, that's kid stuff, but not with guns.
The sheriff said the 15-year-old was home, saw his sister lying in the driveway, then shot his younger brother. The sheriff said Abrielle later died at the hospital, leaving behind an 11-month-old baby and 6-year-old son.
Shalom. I would like to give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kakodash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sister Akim, pushing this word across the four corners of the world. I have an article from NBCMiami.com, and the title says, Sister Killed After Teen Brothers Get Into Gunfight Over Presents on Christmas Eve. And this article was published on December the 27th, 2023. And it says, a pair of teen brothers are facing serious charges after a family fight on Christmas Eve turned deadly in Florida, authorities said. According to Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri, a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old got into an argument while Christmas shopping with the family on Sunday when the 14-year-old got jealous over the number of gifts their mother was buying his brother. The family then went to their grandmother's home in Largo, WFLA first reported. The boy's sister, 23-year-old Abrielle Baldwin, was taking her 11-month-old and 6-year-old sons to their grandmother's home so she could watch them while Baldwin went to work. While at the grandmother's home in Largo, the 14-year-old pulled out his gun and told his brother he was going to shoot him in the head, authorities said. According to WFLA, at first, the 15-year-old refused to engage in the fight. After Baldwin told them to drop the argument, she and her 14-year-old brother began to argue. The 14-year-old turned to his sister, called her a number of derogatory terms, and then shot her in the chest with a .40 caliber semi-automatic handgun, the sheriff's office said. Baldwin was transported to Largo Medical Center Hospital with a single gunshot wound to her chest, but was later pronounced dead, the sheriff said. She was just a woman going about life doing her thing with her two kids, Gualtieri said. Now you got an 11-month-old and a 6-year-old boy and their mom's dead. According to WFLS, after the shooting, the 15-year-old reportedly shot his younger brother in the stomach, saying, "You shot my MF sister." The 15-year-old then ran away and threw his gun into a nearby yard, but he was later arrested at a relative's home in Clearwater, according to the sheriff's office. He was transported to a mental health facility after making comments about self-harm per authorities. If we don't slow it down, we got a big problem, the sheriff said. I never seen it as bad as it is with the number of crime guns that are on the street. The 14-year-old who was shot once in his stomach was taken to the hospital and underwent surgery. The 14-year-old is facing charges of first-degree murder, child abuse, and being a delinquent in possession of a firearm. The 15-year-old is facing charges of attempted first-degree murder and tampering with physical evidence. And here go the two byproducts of black culture. On the left-hand side, DeMarcus Coley, which is 14 years old, and he is the one that pulled the trigger on his sister. And on the right-hand side, his brother, Darcus Coley, which is 15 years old. Just a bunch of degenerate behavior. And he just murdered their sister over some petty nonsense. But through the Spirit, we know this is the ultimate judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And on top of that, this transpired on so-called Christmas Eve, which is supposed to be a time for joy, hope, and love that you share with your family. But the closer that we get to Yahweh's second arrival upon this earth, then the more that this holiday spirit is diminishing. And that takes me to Ecclesiasticus 34:19. The Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked. For example, this holiday spirit that a lot of our people like to put their contributions, time, and energy into. So the Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked. And that's because these modern day holidays are tied in with other false deities or gods or idols. And according to the first commandment of our law as the biblical Israelites, the Most High Yahweh stated how we should not put no other gods before him. And by doing so, that provokes him to much anger and wrath upon our people. And that's why you see around this holiday season, more houses are burned down while people, especially children, are inside, or just degenerate behavior like this, all emotional and getting in your feelings because your brother is getting more Christmas gifts than you are. So the Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices. And that's why the Heavenly Father Yahweh stated within the book of Amos, the 5th chapter, how I despise your feast days. And that can be equivalent to these demonic holidays within these modern times. And the closer that we get to Yahweh's second debut upon this earth, then the more morally corrupt that these people are going to be in within this world, which is a major biblical prophecy. And that takes me to Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity should abound, meaning that you have sin being rampant everywhere. And not only that, it's being more celebrated or rewarded within this American society. So, and because iniquity should abound, the love of many should wax cold. And once you go to the blue letter for this word cold within the Greek, it goes into sukos. And that's where you get psycho or psychotic from. And the closer that we get to the end of America's reign upon this earth, which is Babylon the Great, then the more animalistic behavior or patterns these people within the world are going to pursue in. Especially 2/3 of our people that's associated with this degenerate behavior. So again, and because iniquity should abound, the love of many should wax cold. So the more that sin be rampant around this world, then the more anti-Messiah behavior is going to showcase upon these people within the world. And that's why it's so significant for us that's in the know, that have that spiritual eye salve, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, then we have to move circumspectly through the Spirit. And that takes me to Colossians 4:5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. And according to Ephesians, the 5th chapter, the 16th verse, it goes into about redeeming the time because the days are evil. And evil goes into bad times. And within this modern society, these people are being pushed more and more to the edge by these draconian measures, whereas now they do not regard human life. So therefore, walk in wisdom toward them that are without. And when you out there driving, these people have road rage, let them have it. These people are becoming more trigger happy. So therefore, we have to apply wisdom, which is ultimately applying Yahushua. So walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. And from this title alone, you can see through the Spirit that these times are definitely evil and corrupted. Sister killed after teen brothers get into gunfight over presents on Christmas Eve. And again, which is ultimately the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua are getting more furious and agitated by our people putting their time, energy, and your vain offerings into these holidays, which are associated with other false gods or deities. And that's exactly why divine judgment is happening amongst our people within these latter times. So that was just a quick lesson through the Spirit. And with that, hopefully you all edified, you all stay strong, keep pushing forward. Shalom.